Hey guys, so today we will be comparing my Nexus 4 versus my Galaxy S3 Mini here on the right side. And my latest, I've seen that some of my Galaxy S3 Mini reviews has become, kind of popular on YouTube. So I thought that we continue to do them over here right now and compare them against the new Nexus device. So let's go ahead now and start off by checking out the size. The first thing that you will notice here is we're going to go ahead and, of course, in this video, going to go ahead and look at the design right now in the beginning and then some specs, and then we're going to go ahead and do some testing. So the first thing that you definitely will notice over here is, of course, that the Nexus 4 here is bigger. It is a bigger overall phone, as you can see here, in terms of size. And if we go ahead and look at the things that we get here on the front side, of course you don't have any real buttons here on the Nexus 4 at the bottom. Of course on the Galaxy S3 Mini here you get this little real button over there. Of course the buttons are built into the screen over here. As you can see down here we do have the buttons. If you go ahead now and continue on, so the front side is pretty clean on both these two devices. When we go ahead and look at the bottom of the device, as we usually do get, we do have that charging port, and on the top of the devices we do have the headphone jack, and on the right side we do have the power off and power on button, and on the right or on the left side here we do have volume up and down. Of course, on the back of the devices, we can't remove the back here on the Nexus 4. It's a glass back. While we can remove the back here on the Galaxy S3 Mini and insert an extra SD card, and also we can remove the battery. So one of the things here, also you can see the 5-megapixel camera here on the Galaxy S3 Mini, while we get a better 8-megapixel camera here on the Nexus 4. One of the things here that I like more with the Galaxy S3 Mini is that when you have it on the table, just because it has a plastic back, it doesn't move around like when I zoom in and out when I'm in the browser. While on the Nexus 4, it's gonna move around a little bit more, which I find kind of annoying with the glass back. Even though it feels very, very exclusive, and of course the Nexus 4 has this kind of cool rubber feeling around the phone, and then glass on the front side and glass on the back side. It feels very, very cool. While you get a little bit more of a Galaxy S3, Galaxy S2, Galaxy Note, and Galaxy Note 2 feeling on the Galaxy S3 Mini. Having kind of the same material here. It's basically a mini Galaxy S3 in terms of the design. A little bit more fat though, but just because it's smaller, it's 4-inch big instead of 4.8-inch like the real Galaxy S3 is. Then it's very, very slimmed down and feels really, really good here to hold in the hand. Now, if we go ahead now and take a quick look here, this is of course, first, just because we do have the Nexus device here, that basically means that it's going to get the latest version of Android first. Of course, both these two smartphones are running Android, but of course on the Nexus devices you always get the latest Android version first. So when we go ahead and go here into the settings area on both these two devices, both are actually October smartphones from last year, so still very, very new, but you can see that you get the clean stock Android feeling, of course, on the Nexus device. If you tap on about phone, about device on both these two, you can see you get the Android 4.1 Jelly Bean here on the Galaxy S3 Mini, while you get, of course, always the latest version of Android here on my Nexus 4. And that's, of course, a very, very good thing. Like if a new cool thing comes out to Android, you will get that first on the Nexus devices. And you don't have to worry about updates because it's handled by Google. As you can see, I have the latest right now. Pretty cool and pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and look at some specs and some things that you might want to know. Both these phones aren't available in 4G variants, of course, because they're kind of like mid-range devices. It kind of depends on where you live, which one's most expensive. In my country, the Galaxy S3 Mini in Sweden, Galaxy S3 Mini is way cheaper than the Nexus 4. But let's say you live in the States, I'm pretty sure that they cost almost around the same. So also, as I said, the Nexus 4 it's wider, as you see over here. It is a little bit wider. Also, it is a little bit longer, as you see over here. And then also, it is thinner actually. So when we stack the two devices on top of each other, it is a little bit thinner. So could be kind of interesting to know there. Of course, the Galaxy S3 Mini, of course, is a little bit lighter here, and something that you will probably feel over here. If you go ahead now and continue, look at the screen technology. Of course, you get the Super AMOLED screen on the Galaxy S3 Mini, same as kind of like in the Galaxy S3 and all of those other Galaxy phones from Samsung. And you do know that it produces very, very warm colors. A lot of color saturation, so it's amazing for video, and black really looks black, and that's something that's pretty cool here with the Galaxy S3 Mini, that it contains that awesome display, a resolution of 480 x 800, 4-inch display, 233 pixels per inch. I'm pretty sure that's around the same PPI as you get in the Galaxy S2, and of course, if you go ahead and compare it now against the Nexus 4, which also has an amazing display and using another display technology called True HD IPS Plus, it's a 4.7-inch display, higher resolution than the Galaxy S3 Mini, 768 x 1280, so it's an HD display on a smartphone over here with the PPI of pixels per inch 318, so around 100 more pixels per inch. On the Nexus 4 here, which basically makes it way more amazing for like Kindle reading. And something that I should say about, colors looks a lot more lighter on the True HD IPS display. And as I said before, it could produce a little bit, more like real colors or something like that. And then you get extremely warm colors on the AMOLED display. I definitely think that white looks way better, especially in Kindle reading on the Nexus 4 compared to the Super AMOLED display. So that's also something that we'll be going to go ahead and take a quick look at. But you can definitely see that colors are way more light on the True HD IPS display, while on the Galaxy S3 Mini here, they look a lot more, as I like to call it, like a cartoonish feeling. So now if you go ahead and continue down the road and look at some other things. In terms of storage, definitely the Galaxy S3 Mini is a little bit better here, because you can have an SD card if you go ahead and remove the back of the device, which could be kind of hard to do sometimes. It could be because I got one of the first Galaxy S3 Minis out on the market. But internal storage, there's an 18 and 16 gigabyte variant of the Galaxy S3 Mini. But then you can insert like a 32 gigabyte extra SD card that you can't use for most games in the Google Play Store and stuff like that, but you can use it if you take a lot of pictures. But then I can also say that the camera ain't that good on the Galaxy S3 Mini. I mean, it's only a 5 megapixel one, but you have that option with an SD card, while on the Nexus 4 you only have it in 18 16 gigabyte variant, and you can't remove the back. So that basically means that that's all that you got. So could be kind of fun to know there. Also in RAM, you get 2 gigabytes RAM on the Nexus 4, and RAM is basically for multitasking. If you do a lot of multitasking, definitely it should be better here on this little guy, on this little Nexus 4 boy, while you get 1 gigabyte of RAM on the Galaxy S3 Mini. Now, in terms of camera, as I've been saying earlier, you get an 8 megapixel camera here on the Nexus 4, while you only get a 5 megapixel one on the Galaxy S3 Mini, and it performs kind of bad and poor. And also that you get the latest version of Android here, and of course the stock camera in Android 4.2, the latest version of Android 4.2 that's not available for the Mini. It's way more awesome and cool, software wise, but also hardware wise it's way better here, definitely on the Nexus 4 with an 8 megapixel camera. Also the front facing camera is only a VGA camera here on the Galaxy S3 Mini, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the camera style a little bit later here, where you get the 1.3 megapixel front facing camera here on the Nexus 4. As I said, Android, you probably get Android 4.2 Jelly Bean eventually to the Mini, but it's probably going to take some time, while the Nexus 4 will have a ton of more support, especially in Android, because it is a Nexus device, so it will always get up to date and stay up to date with all those good, awesome things. In terms of chipset, you don't get actually the Exynos chipset on the Galaxy 3 Mini that you might expect, because it is a Galaxy phone, and most Galaxy phones out there has the Exynos chipset, but it's kind of like a Novator U8420, that's what it's being called. So it doesn't perform as good. I mean, like, I've been comparing the Galaxy S2 versus the Galaxy 3 Mini, and definitely like Exynos feels a lot better. But of course, with laser version Android software wise, it still feels amazing. Like when you're doing things like this, I mean, like you can't like see a difference. But it's more about like when you open and close apps, and of course in gaming, the GPU performance. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that pretty quick, very soon here. While you get the Qualcomm APQ8064 Snapdragon chipset here on the Nexus 4, which is way better. In terms of processor, you get a 1 GHz dual-core Cortex-A9 here on the Galaxy 3 Mini, while you get a 1.5 GHz quad-core Crate processor here on the Nexus 4. So ton of more performance there in the Nexus 4. And if you live in a country where the Nexus 4 is kind of like cheaper than the Mini, definitely, I mean, like, it's kind of like almost of course you kind of like should go with the Nexus 4. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick look here in some testing pretty soon. In terms of GPU, you get the Mali 400 GPU on the Galaxy S3 Mini. It's not an MP1 that you get in like the Note 2 and like the Galaxy S3, it seems like. And then of course you get the amazing Adreno 320 GPU on the Nexus 4, which doesn't perform as good in like Rockstar games like GTA Vice City and GTA 3, but in game of games, wow, it is so amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick gaming look experience pretty soon. In terms of battery here, the last little thing, we're gonna go ahead and take a look here. 1500 milliamps, that's what you get on the Galaxy S3 Mini. You got around 1700 milliamps on the Galaxy S2, so a little bit less there, but I mean, like, the screen is also a little bit smaller, and the cheap chipset doesn't probably run drain as much battery. Well, you get the 2100 milliamp battery here in the Nexus 4, same as you get in the Galaxy S3. There you also get 2100 milliamps. But you can't remove the battery, so like if you would want to have a spare battery, that's kind of hard with the Nexus 4. Well, you can have like 15 spare batteries with the Galaxy S3 Mini and move around with if you want to do that. I don't think you want to though, but So let's go ahead now and take a quick gaming look experience. So this is the first thing I'm going to go ahead and try out a little bit quick. It's going to be Need for Speed Most Wanted. So it's a game by EA. You probably already do know that. And white looks way better here, personally, if you ask me, on this boy. Let's go ahead and probably take a quick look here first on the Mini, because I have a quick race here. Here we go. This game, okay, it is full screen. One thing that I noticed with EA and their Electronic Arts games is that they're very much optimized for, they're very good optimized here for even the Galaxy 3 Mini here. This game actually is one of the best racing games in terms of performance from what I found. It runs very much better than like a game like Asphalt. And you can definitely play this game without, big performance issues, And the screen, it just looks amazing, because you have a lot of colors and it just looks good. The performance is very good over here. The screen, it feels very cool here to have a 4-inch display here and have pretty decent performance. But I definitely should say that I miss a lot more like Android smartphones that has like smaller display that provide like amazing high-end Android smartphones which has a smaller display. I kind of miss that a little bit. But I mean, like, I can't say anything bad here about performance. I don't even feel like a big, huge sharpness. I feel sometimes the frame is getting down a little bit, maybe, but it just feels like a few frames going down. But this game runs so good here on the Galaxy S3 Mini. But I definitely should say that if I were on this game on the Galaxy S2, it would still be a little better because it's rocking the Exynos chipset and like a better GPU, like Mali 400 MP, I'm pretty sure. And that's like the same GPU that you get in Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy S2, but they have like bumped up, they have like overclocked it in the Galaxy S3 and the Galaxy S2, if I understand it correctly. Well, you only get the Mali 400 one here, but you know, it performs good, you know. And I tried out other games like Galaxy, you know, Rockstar games, and they also run pretty good here on the Galaxy S3 Mini. Even better than, you know, what the iPhone 4 would produce in, you know, gaming. Especially in GTA Vice City. So, a quick little gaming look here first on that guy. Let's go ahead and do the same over here. On the amazing Adreno 320 that we get over here. Let's see here. Of course, this display also is so amazing. And you really have to like get in close with both these two smartphones to see what kind of display you like the most. I think most people prefer the AMOLED display because it's a lot of colors. And I think that the strongest thing with the True HD IPS display is that, you know, especially if you do a lot of reading, it looks so much better. But then you can talk about, like, you know, do you like this little bit more real feeling that you might get with the Nexus 4 display? Of course, the performance here also is, you know, better, a little better, because, you know, the Adreno 320 GPU is extremely good. It is so good. It is so good, especially in, on GameLoft games. And I really do hope that it will start to perform better on Rockstar games like GTA Vice City, because I actually felt like choppiness when I was playing that. Okay, there we go. So, try it out a little bit quick, you know, gaming over here. Okay, there we go. So, let's go ahead now and fire up the browser. And also, you know, I did forget to say that, yeah, like, when you're in the browser, of course, you get a lot of white colors. And, you know, when you have a lot of white, especially on the color, you know, in terms of browsing experience, also if you do a lot of browsing and if you do a lot of Kindle reading, the True HD IPS display is really powerful. If you go ahead and go now to Phone Arena on both these two devices. And sometimes, as you can see here, it's kind of hard to, sometimes for me to push that button because the screen is so small. Both are loading the website. I'm using the Chrome browser, the default browser in the Nexus 4, versus the default browser on the Galaxy S3 Mini that's using TouchWiz, of course. There we go, you can see that it did finish up quicker here on the Nexus 4. If you go ahead and check out the performance, this is something that I think is kind of annoying here. As you see, when I zoom in, you have the glass back on the Nexus 4, it starts to move around, and it's very, very annoying compared to this experience over here. Also, something that's better with the Galaxy S3 Mini here, when you go in and out, when you zoom in and out, the screen feels way quicker to respond to, and that it noticed that I do want to zoom in. While when we do the same thing here on the Nexus 4, it takes some time, and as you can see, it doesn't zoom in as quick, so I have to do it 2 times. Something that is extremely annoying for me. Extremely annoying. So I think that it kind of like, I mean, like in terms of, you know, loading up, it seems like it's a little bit quicker. Yeah, it is a little bit quicker on the Nexus 4, and the display looks a little better and a little brighter here. But when you zoom in and this thing that the device move around here on the Nexus 4, that's kind of almost like a killer deal for me. Why I rather would pick the Galaxy S3 Mini here, especially in the browser. Let's go ahead and try to tap on something over here. Let's go ahead and try to tap on that game. Best Android, iPhone, iPad platform games. Okay, sweet. There we go, that's how quicker as it should on the Nexus 4, just as we did see earlier. But even when I'm trying to go up and down pretty quick here, the phone moves around. It's extremely annoying. And here we can definitely see that colors looks a lot warmer on the Galaxy S3 Mini. But do you like it? That's the thing that you might want to ask yourself. When we go up, and I also hate the tab experience here in the default browser on Galaxy S3 Mini, because like sucks. The Verge, because you know you don't have that kind of awesome tab experience that you get in the Chrome browser. Let's go ahead and check out another website. And definitely the Chrome browser is a lot more optimized here. You can see it loads up way quicker here in loading experience. Both devices are connected to my network at home, which is a very good network. And of course you can see that you can see more things here on the Nexus 4. And one more time, which display technology is better? That's totally up for you to decide. Which one do I like the most? Very good. I mean, like, both are amazing displays. You can't complain on either one of these displays. But I probably would say, like, you know, both look amazing. I love them both. You know, you know, it would be cool if there was a way to like tweak the display technology, like that you can have. If I want to go to AMOLED display, you know, one day, then I can switch that with a tap in settings or something. It's probably gonna come in the future. But oh my god, so amazing displays. But definitely white looks better here on the Nexus 4. So powerful, so cool. But it's a killer deal for me. I'm sorry, but it's a killer deal that the phone is moving around here. And here you can definitely see a color thing that looks kind of interesting. Kind of looks bluish here on the AMOLED display, while it kind of looks a little bit more maybe green here on this guy. But then also if you value, you know, speed, then, you know, it could also be you know, that you prefer the, as you see over here with this little thing, it looks a lot more light on the Nexus 4 display. But overall, I would say that I probably still would pick the Galaxy S3 Mini here in terms of browsing, because it really is a big thing for me, this zoom in and out thing. So, but I mean, like that's totally up for you to go ahead and decide. And as you see, especially when you close apps, it's very slow here on the Galaxy S3 Mini. Now, let's go ahead and take a very quick look here at some downloading. We're gonna go ahead and fire up the Play Store. And definitely black looks a lot better here on the S3 Mini. Black is so good on the AMOLED displays. Let's go ahead and search for, and also don't like with Galaxy S3 Mini compared to other Galaxy devices that, you know, you don't get that haptic feedback, that vibration when you tap on the keyboard, and there is no option to like enable that in settings. I'm not sure why that's the case. I just find that very annoying, because I kind of like that. So we're gonna go ahead and download a free app over here. And see which one finish up quicker. There we go, a tiny bit quicker here. Oh. Well, that's a failure. Did we get the same problem here on the S3 Mini? Yes! Okay, so there's a problem with that app, but it was a tiny bit quicker installing on the Nexus 4. And you probably see a bigger difference when it's a way bigger app. So let's go ahead now and go out, use like a mouse, and let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and check out the camera pretty quick. So as I said earlier, you get a 5 megapixel camera on the Nexus boy, or on the S3 boy over here, S3 mini, and it takes a few seconds for it to focus. It's a little bit quicker on the newer devices. And as you can see, burst mode is not as on the new Galaxy devices that you can just burst a lot of pictures. Of course, I can easily change to video mode over here as well. And when I tap, it doesn't seem like it's gonna focus. So to focus, automatically, which is a little bit annoying for me personally. And of course, we do have these kinds of built-in effects. Panorama mode, smile shot, take a picture only when someone is smiling. Black and white. And if you're not gonna take professional pictures, it's probably pretty decent, I mean. So that's basically the camera app over here. So software-wise, it's not as interesting, especially over here with this new boy in town. As you can see, with the S3 or with the Nexus 4, you get this new Android software for taking pictures, which really is cool. You can take pictures quicker. And then also, if you want to go to the settings, you just hold in and you can quickly see settings and use swipe. So let's say I want to go to, let's say I want to go to HDR mode. There we go. Which is like a cool mode. It should be a cool mode for taking pictures. I can go ahead and do that. It seems like it's going to take a little bit longer. If I want to turn that off, I can go ahead and do so. If I want to go ahead and go to settings here, I have a scene mode over here. Let's go ahead and pick action. Picture size, there we go. So the UI is very, very cool over there. And quickly, if I want to go ahead and look at my pictures, I can quickly, I'm pretty sure I can like swipe just like this. As you can see, I can swipe and I can instantly go to the picture area. And of course, I'm pretty sure it takes pictures in high quality. I mean, like it's an 8 megapixel camera versus a 5 megapixel one, and it's not all about the megapixels. But this time, I'm pretty sure we'll have a winner. So let's go ahead now and continue. So we're gonna go ahead and fire up YouTube, make some quick YouTube streaming. Interesting, actually a little bit quicker there on the S3 mini. Let's go ahead and go to my YouTube channel. Now, let's just go ahead and go to uploads. I'm pretty sure I have a new video uploaded over here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and go to Pepsi test video.
Hey guys, so it's time to go ahead and look at Pepsi.
Okay, a little bit quicker here in terms of loading a video on the S3 mini. Here you can see how it looks like. As you can see, I pour Pepsi on top of the 3310. As you can see, definitely white looks a lot more white here. It definitely looks better here on the Nexus 4 True HD display when we see the sync over here. It looks so much better, so much more bright. While the AMOLED display is still good, but probably not doesn't look as good as the Nexus 4 display personally here. Now, let's go ahead and tap on another video. Maybe this one loads the video a little bit higher quality, maybe. Again, it seems to be quicker here all the time when we are loading something. There we go, let's go ahead and go out. So, when you did see the same there, a lot of white colors, it did look better there on the Nexus 4. Now, let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and check out some Kindle reading. let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and change to the white color. If you do prefer white, I'm sure maybe you don't. Here we can definitely see when we go to the smallest text option that it's so much better here. It's so much more brighter on the Nexus 4. And if you want to look at text crispiness, you know, it do look, you know, you can see that it's not as crisp here on the S3 Mini, the text, as on the Nexus 4. The Nexus 4 really is gorgeous over here. When go ahead and take a quick look at the text and the comparison. It's probably kind of hard to see on the video, but you can definitely see a difference there. So, you know, definitely the experience here in Kindle reading will be better with the true HD display, and you know, it is high resolution, so you will see more pixels per inch, which could be pretty nice and awesome. So now let's go ahead and do a quick little speed test here, even though I know that that's kind of, you know, people like to see this app, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it a little bit quick here. Okay, we do have the server here set on the Nexus 4. Let's go ahead and do this quick test. Seems like this one could be, seems like my Galaxy S3, there we go. Okay, that one's already finishing up. Okay. So we got 32 and 17. Let's go ahead and do a quick test here on the S3 Mini. Getting around 30, 33, okay. Way better there in upload. Now let's go ahead, so the first time here the S3 Mini was better. Okay, 32, 38. Let's go ahead and do it again here. 32, 33, 48. I think the winner here, it was that boy, the Nexus 4. Let's go ahead and do the final round here and see which one is the winner for this quick little test. Okay, 32, 46. Let's go ahead and do it here. 32, 34, 35, 41. Oh my god, which one is the winner? I'm pretty sure that 35, 3 more, 46. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the Nexus 4 is winning here by a tiny bit, but the speed seems to be almost identical. Now let's go ahead and do a quick Antutu benchmark test. Okay, here you can see my old score, but I'm just going to go ahead and run this again because we want to go ahead and see now when I've been doing some testing and we have the same apps like open up in the background. So this test, Antutu benchmark test for Android, basically will test different things like SD card writing speed. We'll try out the CPU and the GPU performance. We will, as you see over here, now it's testing CPU integer performance. It's testing out different round things. Of course, the best is, you know, real world performance. But we're doing these kinds of benchmark tests to, you know, to satisfy the guys that want to see, you know, for the hardcore geek, that want to see what's possible with these devices. Here you can definitely see again that green looks more green. Well, it's light color green on the Nexus 4 in the on the progress bar over there. And I mean, like, kind of like to round up here before this one finish up. I mean, like, the Nexus 4 is so much better in so many areas that I probably would pick that one, and also I do prefer the bigger display. But I mean, like, why you might want to pick the Galaxy S3 Mini up instead is, let's say you're a huge fan of the Galaxy S3, but you don't have the money, but you want to have a phone that kind of, you know, have that kind of awesome design. And let's say you're a huge TouchWiz fanboy, kind of like a fanboy TouchWiz, then of course the Galaxy S3 Mini might be something for you. But you know, most of the things like CPU and GPU is so much better here on the Nexus 4. And I mean, definitely if you're in a country where the Nexus 4 is cheaper than the Galaxy S3 Mini, I mean, like, you should just pick that one up. You shouldn't even buy the Galaxy S3 Mini. But you know, if you collect on phones, you maybe want to put it up on your wall. Maybe you want to pick up them both. And also, if you do hate the capacitive touch buttons, the Galaxy S3 Mini could be awesome, because I mean, like, in some games I've noticed that I will accidentally touch these buttons down there. It's very, 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 very annoying. So it will round up the test right now. Doing the final testing. There we go, got a score of 16,000 on the Nexus 4. Well, we got a score of 7,000 on the Galaxy S3 Mini. So you get around 50% better performance here, or something, on the Nexus 4. CPU wise, it's, you know, twice better. GPU wise, it's like triple times better here on the Nexus 4. RAM wise, it's twice, you know, better here. So I mean, like, Nexus 4 basically crushed the S3 Mini here in terms of these things. But then we should also remember that in some areas the S3 Mini actually is better from my experience, and that is like in Rockstar games especially, performs way better. Last time I tried on the S3 Mini, then and on the MATLAB 400. MATLAB 400 has huge support in the Google Play Store. Adrenaline 320 is coming up, and you know, Gameloft Games runs amazing on it. But you know, at the end, it's all up to you which one you want to pick up. And yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like down below and give some positive feedback. And also, if you have any questions, please write them in the comment section down below. And yeah, just have an awesome day right now, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video. Yeah, peace out.